It was originally a children's game that was played in Korea many years ago.
Don't let this sweet and silly title fool you. Squid Games is nothing to be messed with. Welcome everybody, today we're taking a look at Netflix's latest masterpiece and critically acclaimed series, Squid Games. This Korean drama popped up on the massive streaming service after nearly a decade in development, which explains the excellent writing and compelling story arcs. With Season 1 finished, fans are clamoring to know what Season 2 will look like, who will be in it, and when we might see it again. Netflix has a rocky reputation when it comes to canceling great gems like I'm Not Okay With This and Dark Crystal, but with the heavy numbers this show has pulled, we think Season 2 is on the horizon. So here's what we know. If you're looking for your daily dose of entertainment videos, then what are you waiting for? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Oh, and heads up, we're dishing out some major spoilers for Season 1, so buckle up.
Among all the games that kids played back then, it was the most physical and violent.
So any kind of violence is allowed?
Sure, there are no restrictions.
If you're a fan of the Japanese teen horror Battle Royale and the American dystopian franchise Hunger Games, then you'll be obsessed with this Korean mashup of the two. Squid Game follows a series of poor and down on their luck contestants who voluntarily enter a seemingly innocent game. The show premiered on September 17th and it's clawed its way up to the #1 spot, and we can see why. A premise that follows desperate citizens as they're placed in an arena where they fight to the death for a cash prize of 45.6 billion won makes for a compelling story. We wonder how long it'll be before a real-life game like this pops up. Place your bets in the comment section below. Unlike the Hunger Games, these guys voluntarily go into the arena. We follow the story of Sung Gi-hun, who has an insurmountable debt and no way to pay it back. This guy hasn't had much success in his life, and with the little money he does have, he gambles it away. This sets up the character's personality well. He's willing to risk it all for a quick buck, and that comes into play in a big way. After an unfortunate incident at the off-track betting facility, he's lured in by a new game that advertises itself as a survival competition, though the rules and conditions are ambiguous at best. Need your debts paid? Want a chance to live like the millionaire celebrities you see on your TVs? Then enter this high-stakes test of survival to win it all. Sung Gi-hun goes all in at first. The game seems childish and arbitrary. Red light, green light in tag can't be so bad, right? Well, things get serious when the green light goes off. Whoever doesn't stop running when the red light goes on is immediately shot. This sends a chill down the audience's back and tears down the contestants' eyes as they realize just how serious things have gotten. That pivotal moment takes us down the dark and twisted rabbit hole of morality, ethics, and humanity's willingness to switch off their hearts in the face of life and death. This is one of these shows that gains popularity because of pure user engagement and fan dedication. You can compare the sleepier hit to another Netflix series, Money Heist. These shows captivate their audiences with stellar acting, strong story structure, and nuisance characters. The layers to each game and situation reveal something new about the story and setting. The show also focuses on the historical battle between the haves and the have-nots, and what it means when the most vulnerable of our society are given a chance to change their fate. Exploitation, entertainment, and morality have heavy themes, and this show balances each with such finesse. In 9 episodes, we are taken through the ringer, and we're sure, much like Money Heist or Prison Break, this small series will only expand. So, what can we expect from Season 2? Let's dive deeper into the wild world of Squid Game to find out. In theory, shows like this tend to be a limited project. Much like The Queen's Gambit, Squid Game's finale comes with some serious resolutions and story arc completions. Guyan has won the game, and that means his dreams of being a rich man have been actualized. But at what cost? All of these things he's done to get here haunt him, and he's not a cheery victor. That aside, the show gives us a clue about what Season 2 could focus on. The finale jumps into the future by 1 year, and our protagonist is nowhere near being normal. How can he be after witnessing over 400 deaths in such a short amount of time? But that's just another item on the growing list of things he'll need therapy for. Guyan discovers that the old man he drew close to during the games was the creator of the entire thing. He feels extremely betrayed and seemingly vows to put an end to the entire process. A la Katniss Everdeen. We also find out that the games are nowhere near being over. This opens another door into Season 2's possible plot. If the game continues, then we could be seeing a whole new cast of characters. So let's look at what stories might possibly be told next season.
그러다 걸리면 죽어.
The series could go full-on Hunger Games and have Sung hunt down the game maker and bring the whole house of cards down. We know he has more than enough motive, and he also has the cash that's needed to take down the powers behind such a game. One of the stories we're sure will be explored is that of Sung and his deceased friend, Sang-woo. Sung lost his great childhood friend as a result of the game. The two that had the final confrontation during the Squid Game that called back to the opening scene of episode 1. While Sung learned that the human life isn't worth all the money in the world, his friend Sang-woo was willing to steal and kill his way to the top. The two had a painful showdown, and though Sung was given the chance to win the game, he went back to his friend, but it was too late. Sang-woo's shame, trauma, and embarrassment got the best of him, and he took his own life. We know that Season 2 will also deal with the effects of the death of Sung's mother. While he was fighting for his life in the games, she passed away due to health complications from diabetes. It kind of makes his victory pointless because the very people he went into the game for are no longer there to enjoy the so-called spoils of war. That leaves us with Il-nam. It is later revealed that the contestant 001, or Il-nam, was revealed to be the host of the game. But it also looks like he may have a lot more to do with the game than we first thought. On his deathbed, Il-nam reveals that he joined the game so that he could feel like a child again and have fun.
형이 왜?
By the time Sung hears the story, it's too late. Il-nam escapes Sung's wrath via death by a tumor. We also find out that this is not the first edition of these games, so there will definitely be more. Unlike Hunger Games, this isn't some nationally televised situation, otherwise it would have been brought down a long time ago. A bigger revelation that might bring a completely new cast with new stories is that this game isn't only played in Korea. When Junho gained access to the records, he discovered that the game was being played all over the world. This strangely draws similarities to the infamous Purge franchise. Much like the horror flicks, this game preys on the poor and irresponsible members of society who want a second chance. With 456 contestants, the rich can wipe out who they see as dissidents as only one winner emerges. This is the same as the Purge, where it's the poor that are often killed during the hellish night. There's a whole lot of philosophical stuff going on here. So if many countries are playing the same game, then we could see Season 2 cover a completely different country with brand new contestants and brand new stories. Now that would be extremely exciting and crazy. We can't tell if Season 2 will maintain Sung as a character, but we know that it will be just as impactful and memorable as the first. Netflix is yet to announce Season 2, but shows like this often get greenlit without a hitch. It's up to the writers to decide how the story progresses, but we hope they make a decision soon.
If you can satisfy me in 5 minutes, I'll change your life.
Well, there you have it. We are all hoping for a second season. What do you think? Should the show continue? Do you feel it had a neat conclusion? Would you sign up for such an insane game? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more clips just like this. See you in the next one.
Tell me everything. You know about the game.